With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Welcome back, trackside. Once again, race fans here to the Turn 3 Racing Network tonight. Swift MotorSports Butt Kicker Performance Truck Series fires things off right here from Pheonix Raceway in the Cazadores Tequila. 160 miles in store for these truck drivers tonight. Which one is going to solidify their championship chances? We're only going to take the top 8 to next week at Homestead Miami Speedway for the championship race. Who's it gonna be? Who's gonna make that final 8? We'll have to find out here very shortly. 5-minute qualifying session already well underway, and we'll go ahead and shoot some of that qualifying information up to the left-hand side of your screen. There you can see Pierce Maffitt in his fast Ford F-150, top of the speed charts. Quick time tonight for Maffitt, 26.91. He's going to have the provisional pole. Michael Madden, great qualifying effort for that 15 Ford F-150. How about the Toyota Tundra, that John Deere machine of Mike Van Houten, going to go fourth as Michael Madden going to bump him out. Matt Deason now inside the top 5. Just a handful of drivers yet to get out there and put down their qualifying times. Just about half of the field already making a qualifying effort. How about the 83 of Hunter Collier? Let's go see if we can't find Collier out there on the track. And there you can see that L&J Welding 83 Toyota Tundra. This is going to be one of the drivers we got to watch. He's on the outside looking in. Came into the championship chase as the regular season points leader. A little bit of a rough go last week at Nashville. Can Collier turn things around and make it to the championship 8? As the music begins to fade in the background, a clearer picture of how your starting lineup is gonna look coming together. Lucas Lyons, Justin Gann, Michael Amenti yet to put in their time lapse. How about the 99 of Darrell Calder? He's kind of made a name for himself on the scene as of late. Calder, one of the drivers coming in right near that championship time, mixing it up, rubbing elbows with the drivers in the front of the point standings. Calder building a following right here in Swift Motorsports Butt Kicker Performance Truck Series. Just about 60 seconds remaining on the stopwatch. So if drivers going to get out there and try to dethrone Pierce Maffitt off of that pole position, they're going to have to get on it and get on it fast. And it doesn't look like anybody's going to take the opportunity to go out there and try to snatch that pole position away. So Pierce Maffitt will start the Cazadores 160 from the pole position here tonight from Pheonix Raceway. Under the lights, once again, we will set our championship 8 here tonight. And with the final 30 seconds rolling off of the stopwatch in qualifying, we're going to step away for a brief commercial break, head trackside for the national anthem, then get to some of the pre-race festivities. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly wailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rackets regular, the bombs bursting in air gave proof
And back live trackside here at Pheonix Raceway as drivers make their way through final pre-race inspection, getting ready to strap in for tonight's Cazadores Tequila 160 right here from Pheonix Raceway. It's going to be a tight points battle, and I tell you what, we'll go ahead and we'll throw that points information up for you. You can follow along with there. You can see Jason Branch, the double deuce, sitting at the top of the point standings. That 22 truck with just a 7-point advantage over Pierce Maffitt. But what we're going to look at, let's go back down there right around Nathan Nixon. He is the last driver listed inside the top 8. Michael Madden, Hunter Collier, Greg Olenek, and Matt Deason on the outside looking in. Madden and Collier 10 and 13 points out of the championship as of right now. Sean Kozier, Pierce Maffitt just 3 and 4 points to the good side of the cutoff line. Very close battles all over the place in your top 12. It's going to be a tall task to see Deason make up the points. He's 37 points back. Greg Olenek not here tonight, so it doesn't look like Olenek going to be able to chase his championship hopes and dreams heading to Homestead Miami Speedway next week, right here for Swift Motorsports Butt Kicker Performance Truck Series. So it all comes down to this. Can Michael Madden, Hunter Collier somehow find a way to break themselves into the top 8? Matt Deason, he's going to have to walk away with the race win. He's going to have to walk away with the most laps led as well. He's going to need a lot of points to push himself into that top 8, and he's going to need a little bit of trouble from the drivers inside and above that cutoff line here tonight from Pheonix Raceway. We'll see how it all shakes out as drivers begin to make their way to the starting grid. We'll begin to get set up and ready to go to run down some of your starting lineup. Let's get rid of that points information and get ready to go right here tonight from Pheonix Raceway. And you can hear the bells beginning to ring in the background. You know the sounds. You know that it is time to run down tonight's starting lineup for the Cazadores Tequila 160 for Swift Motorsports Butt Kicker Performance Truck Series, starting inside row number 1. Your pole sitter in the fast Ford F-150, the 41 of Pierce Maffitt. 58 of Adam Pettit will line up just to his outside back in row number 2. 48 of Matt Deason and the 83 of Hunter Collier. Michael Madden and Mike Van Houten back in row 3. Row number 4 tonight. 97 of Sean Kozier and the 22 of Jason Branch. Jake Fluman and John McMillan Sr. round out your top 10. Back in 11th, Scott Wise. Justin Gann back in the 12th position. Rest of the running order looks a little something like this. There you can see Michael Minty bringing up the tail end of the field, and we're going to get ready to go. Green flag racing this time around. Pace car already on the pit road. Music begins to fade in the background, and here we go. Green flag flies as Pierce Maffitt smashes the gas. Boss man at the flag stand gonna go ahead and make it official and drop that green flag. Close battle with Matt Deason back here in third. Hunter Collier looking for some ground, looking for a little bit of headway very early here on lap number 1. The 48 in the middle right now, stuck in the middle. 15 on the bottom. Mike Van Houten making his way up to this 3-truck battle. That is 3rd, 4th, and 5th, all on track, all over each other right now. How about the dive by Sean Kozier? I believe that was. Yes, it is. The 97 of Sean Kozier. He's going to dive it down into the corner and make up a lot of ground. Leave some of the drivers behind. Jake Fluman in that Nintendo 64 number 1 machine. He's running well here tonight, already gaining 1 position up to 8th. Scott Wise breaks into the top 10. Wise going to bring his 8 machine, his 8 truck into the top 10. Take a little look around the track. What do you say, race fans? We see a lot of these drivers spreading out in that dogleg portion of the reconfigured Pheonix Raceway. Take a look back with Ron Peterson in 39 backwoods truck. He's in a bit of a mix-up right now. Has the 8 of Scott Wise tucked in line right behind him, jumping around back and forth, back up to the 15 of Michael Madden. One of your drivers on the outside looking in. Madden 10 points out of the cutoff line. He's looking for a little bit of help. He's looking for a little bit of points here tonight. Going to be a long, long night for a lot of these drivers on the outside looking in, trying to strategize, trying to find a way to make up the points tonight, to find a way to run for the championship trophy next week at Homestead Miami Speedway. Already 5 laps on the board, and Pierce Maffett, your pole sitter, has led them all. Side-by-side battle here between the 22 of Jason Branch and the 39 of the 8 of Scott Wise just to his outside. Peterson in a battle with Jake Fluman. Now Fluman's going to stay on the top of the racetrack as Peterson drops to the bottom, tries to utilize the run on the dog leg. It's going to work out by the time they get through Old Turn 3. And that's the only way we're going to be able to keep track of what corner they're in. Coming down to turn 1. And how about Scott Wise and that 8 machine able to keep that Ford F-150 powered up, wound up around the outside, and keep some pace. We've seen last night in the Ayers iRacing Paints ARCA Series that inside lane really prevail throughout the course of the entire race. And already we're seeing drivers take these trucks to the top and keep themselves in position and gain a spot or two. As now the 7 of Lucas Lyons, he looks to put Jason Branch another spot down in the running order. Branch already dropping 4 spots from where he started tonight's race. From inside the top 10 to now running in 12th. Branch looking for a little bit of pace in that Navy double deuce. What do you say we jump back up to a battle near the front of this field, huh? What do you say we take a look at Hunter Collier? There's that 83 Toyota Tundra just in front of Michael Madden, Matt Deason, and Adam Pettit, all lined up with each other on track. The 48 Ally Machine, or Hall of Fame sponsored truck. And it's going to be a tall task. I mean, we're going to keep saying this here tonight because that's why these drivers start these seasons, is to make their way into situations like this where they are driving for their chances at a championship. And unfortunately, it's going to be very hard for that 48 to walk away in the top 8. Not only is he going to more than likely need the race win, he's going to need some of his fellow competitors to have a little bit of trouble. If somehow maybe Sean Kozier, Nathan Nixon, if either of those 2 drivers have a little bit of trouble, even your pole sitter, your race leader, if he has some trouble here tonight, he could find himself on the outside looking in, heading into Homestead without a chance for that championship trophy. But with Mappet stepping out to almost a 1-second advantage already, 12 laps into tonight's 160-lap event in the Cazadores Tequila 160. It looks like Mappet is on pace to keep it at the front. Keeping it here with the battle at the front of the field. Michael Madden trying to keep Matt Deason and Adam Pettit at bay. He's doing a fine job of it as of late. These drivers are continuing to drop time to your pole sitter, your race leader, Pierce Maffett, now over a 1-second advantage on the field. And Hunter Collier beginning to separate himself as well. Collier now has himself about a 7 truck length advantage over Madden. who's not able to really pull away from that 48 of Decent or that 58 truck right behind him, the DOF Reality Sim Speed Shop. A machine of Adam Pettit running well, rounding out your top 5, drop 3 positions from where he started tonight's race from outside pole position. We'll have to wait to see if that 58 can get his way back up inside the top 3. But what do you say we go back a little further in the field? Check out this little scrum. Oh, Scott Wise, contact with the outside wall. That's going to put some sparks in the air. 2-3 wide at times with this battle near the tail of the field. Jake Fluman, Sean Koger, Jason Branch, Scott Wise, all running with each other pretty much under a blanket. Darrell Calder about 1 second back in that 99 truck. There you can see Calder making his way down the old front stretch. And we're going to keep referring to things as the old, because that's the only way I don't lose myself around this newly reconfigured Pheonix Raceway. David Cameron in a 10 truck right behind Calder, running in that 14th position. Last driver out there on track. 15 of John McMillan Sr. He's behind the 8 ball, down on pace just a little bit in that familiar iconic good wrench black, red, and silver painted up machine. And looks like he's got a little bit of damage on the driver's side of that 51. Looks like some tire marks, so some contact early here tonight for McMillan Sr. We'll jump back around the track. What do you say back to this battle with Scott Wise and Sean Koger going at it? That's for 11th and 12th on the speedway. This 3-truck battle just has not gone away. Michael Madden, Matt Deason, and Adam Pettit continue to swamp and scrap it out up near the front of the field. And Deason has some trouble. Deason has some trouble and off pace. Decent off pace at the high side of the track, and he's going to give up 2 positions. Now Decent going to drop back to that 5th spot. Michael Madden into 4th, and Adam Pettit grabs the 4th position. Everybody chasing after your pole sitter. Everybody after the Pass Forward F-150 of Pierce Mappet at the front of the field. The 41 machine has been on point since he unloaded here tonight. One of the fastest drivers in happy hour took the pole for tonight's Cazadores to kilo 160, and he has led every lap so far here tonight. Lap number 20 will go on the board this time around. Crossing the line, there it is. We've only got ourselves 141 to go. Can Mappet keep it at the front? Multiple battles all over the racetrack. We've got battles inside the top 5. We'll take another look at this one going on between these 3 drivers still. Michael Madden, Adam Pettit, and Matt Deason still going at it. 3rd, 4th, 5th on the racetrack. We've got another battle back behind this one between Rob Peterson. There you can see the drivers off in the background. Mike Van Houten, Rob Peterson, Lucas Lyons, all mixing it up with each other. A little bit further back from there, we've got Darrell Calder, Sean Koger, David Cameron going at it. 3 small battles early here tonight at Pheonix, just 21 laps into tonight's 160 lap main event 2. It's the final cutoff race here in season number 4. Round of 12 will come to an end. We will whittle the field down to the championship 8. Who's going to drive for the hardware at Homestead? Will we see another first-time race winner here tonight from Pheonix? Last night we seen a new race winner. The Airs High Racing Paints ARCA Series to give us 12 different winners in 14 races in the ARCA Series. We've got 10 different race winners in 13 races here in the Performance Truck Series with Swift Motorsports. Winning guarantees nothing when the competition is this skilled, when the competition is this good week in, week out. It is all about consistency. It is all about really points racing. You can't depend on having a race win or two to lock yourself into the championship rounds. That you cannot afford to fall back on race wins. You have to be consistent week in, week out. When you have trouble, you gotta find a way to overcome and persevere. You have to find a way to fight your way into championship form. Pierce Maffitt solidifying his chances. Driver sitting in the second position. Let's go take a look at that L&J Welding Toyota Tundra of Hunter Collier. There you can see Collier just in front of Michael Madden. Collier comes into tonight's race 13 points out, looking to find a way to make it into the championship bait. Taking a look off of the back end of the Peak Racing Performance Toyota Tundra, that's Hunter Collier, Michael Madden all over him. Check out the runs that Madden's getting through these corners. He has closed in about 7/10 of a second now, within just 2/10. And Collier running well here tonight. Has got to be defensively offensive is the best way I can somewhat sum up the way that he has got to race tonight. He has got to defend his positions, but he cannot afford to give any of them. Close racing action as we look over the rear deck lid of that 83 of Hunter Collier. We'll jump back outside of the trucks for a little bit more of the action here trackside at Pheonix Raceway. You're watching the Cazadores Tequila 160. And as much as we want to stay with this battle right here, let's go back and look at this scrum going on between multiple drivers here. There's a good 4 or 5 of them all lined up with each other. Ron Peterson, Matt Thiessen, Lucas Lyons, Mike Van Houten, Jake Fluman, Jason Branch, all running not really nose to tail, but they're all about 2/10 of a second within range of each other, about a truck and a half, maybe 2 trucks at times between that 7 of Lucas Lyons and the 02 of Mike Van Houten. "30 laps into the green flag run. When will we see our first round of green flag pit stops? When will these drivers elect to come to pit road?" If you're one of these drivers battling right here, say you are Matt Thiessen in that 48 Hall of Fame sponsored Chevy Silverado, when do you go ahead and get yourself out of a tight, touchy situation, battling with multiple other truck drivers? When do you go ahead, pull the plug, and head to pit road to try to make that undercut really work, to try to really benefit from coming to pit road early? Get yourself out there in clean air, fresh tires, and able to lay down some fast times. We've seen before some of these drivers going upwards of 38 to 42 laps on fuel. How far can they push it tonight on this 1 mile track under the lights here at Pheonix Raceway and Swift Motorsports Butt Kicker Performance Truck Series? We're going to stay right here with this big mix-up of truck drivers all over each other, still battling for positions. How about, oh my goodness, how about we head a little bit forward? We'll take a little bit more of a focus right here on that 48 NASCAR Hall of Fame machine. And well, there you go. There's the pass. Finally getting the job done on the bottom of the racetrack. And that Nintendo 64-sponsored Toyota Tundra. Matt Thiessen going to lose a spot to Jake Fluman. Lucas Lyons was able to separate himself from this 4-truck battle. Lyons stepped off to a 1 second advantage. The 39 backwoods Chevy Silverado of Ron Peterson now running in 5th. He's got himself right about a 1 second advantage as well. Check out the battle at the front of the field. 2nd and 3rd, 4th on the racetrack. Hunter Collier, Michael Madden, Adam Pettit. Still all in a line, still all running in a row. Tire track following right here at Pheonix Raceway. Pierce Maffitt begin to make his way into some of the back markers, some lap traffic ahead of your race leader. I do believe we've got it on board camera shot. What do you say we go ahead and jump on board inside that 15 truck of Michael Madden as he makes his way around the track down towards the dog leg section. We'll come around the corner right here, turn number 1, and head towards the dog leg start-finish line. And listen how early he's getting out of the gas, off of the throttle, very early, floating it down into the corner. Nice and easy squeeze back on the gas. Not giving up any time, not losing any pace to the L&J Welding 83 of Hunter Collier just off in front of him. And I'm trying to get some real-time stats on things right here, trying to see if where Collier is running, if it would be enough to make him, if it would be enough to get him into the championship 8. Trying to see if we can get some word down the hall. We'll send a little letter down the hall to the race control and admins just down the hall. Gary Wells, Michael Robinson, Michael Amenti, and Justin Gann all pulling admins and race control duty here tonight. We'll see if we can get word on whether or not we're correct with Collier running in second. I think it will be enough, seeing how Sean Kozier and Nathan Nixon are a little bit behind the field. Speaking of Nixon, I mean, Nixon's not even here. So for all intents and purposes, Michael Madden is in. Hunter Collier is fighting for his chances to get in. And Sean Kozier, oh man, this just got even more interesting. Green flag pit stops underway. Pierce Maffitt, Hunter Collier, Ron Peterson, Lucas Lyons, Jason Branch, and Matt Deason all to pit road this time. Michael Madden will stay out on the track. He will lead a lap or two, and that's going to put some points in his back pocket, give him a better shot at walking away with the chance for the championship. Ooh, looked a little fast coming to pit road. We'll have to check the stopwatch there. Madden and Pettit going to give up the top spot. Jake Fluman going to grab the race lead. Now that's going to be our second lead change of the night. 3 different race leaders so far. Function-free, 43 laps into tonight's 160-lap event right here at Pheonix Raceway for the Cazadores Tequila 160. Flume into pit road. That's going to bring Mike Van Houten to the front of the field. Stack on yet another race leader, yet another lead change here tonight under the lights at Pheonix Raceway. Race number 14, reaching the 50-lap mark. We're about a third of the way through tonight's race here under the lights at Pheonix Raceway in the final cutoff race for the championship rundown. We'll take 8 drivers to Homestead Miami Speedway to fight it out for the championship. The O2 John Deere sponsored Toyota Tundra of Mike Van Houten going to pull to pit road this time around. What does John McMillan Sr. do? Does he elect to stay out? And it's not going to matter because the 41 of Pierce Maffitt go around and back to the point. Maffitt will regain the race lead this time around. And we'll wait for this green flag pit cycle to finish itself on out. It does look like as soon as John McMillan Sr. rejoins the racetrack, it will complete the first round of green flag pit stops here tonight from Pheonix Raceway. And whoa! Oh, sideways on the track in the butt kicker number 10, David Cameron. Oh boy, handful of wheel inside of that 10 truck. I do not know how he kept it straight. Well, the truck wasn't straight, it was sideways. I'm not sure how he didn't end up spinning that one all the way around. It was very, very close. But let's jump back to that points situation we were beginning to look at right before the round of green flag pit stops began. Nathan Nixon, coming into tonight's race, was sitting in the final spot in the championship 8. He was the 8th driver in line. He is not in the field here tonight, so he will drop out of championship contention. That will move Michael Madden inside of the top 8. Hunter Collier right there behind him coming into tonight's race, just 3 points behind him. He's got himself about 3 more positions than Madden right now. So it's going to be really close between those two drivers, but we've got to take into account Sean Kosher. Kosher came into tonight's race 3 points ahead of the final cutoff spot. As Michael Madden and Hunter Collier are both of those drivers far enough in the field here tonight, far enough up in the running order to both surpass Kosher and force Kosher to the outside looking in. There's a lot of points implications going on. It's kind of all over the board right now. Pierce Maffitt doing everything he's got to do. He came into tonight's race just 4 points above the cutoff line. He's got the pole position. He's led the most laps, and he is on the point right now. And Maffitt looking to be informed to fight for that championship trophy next week right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Close, tight battle here between second place running Hunter Collier and Adam Pettit. Both of these drivers have been running well all season long. Adam Pettit going to victory lane last week at Nashville Super Speedway to grab his second win on the year. Only Jim Hunt, the Auto Owners Insurance number 4 machine, out of championship contention, out of tonight's running here in the Cazadores 160. Only other driver to visit victory lane multiple times this season, that's Jim Hunt and Adam Pettit. Now Pettit looking to take away that second spot from Collier. You can imagine Collier going to fight this tooth and nail as he needs every point available. He needs to grab everything possible out there tonight just to ensure his chances to fight for a championship at Homestead Miami Speedway. Your regular season points leader on the outside, looking in tonight's final cutoff race here in Season 4. It doesn't have to be battles at the front. If you're battling, we'll find it. How about the battle right here between Scott Wise and Daryl Calder going at it on track? The 99 truck right in the tire tracks, now going to drop to the bottom of the racetrack. I believe that is old turn number 3. Yes, it is old turn 3 here. They'll stack up side by side once again down the front stretch, or old front stretch. This new reconfiguration is... it's tough. I'm just going to say that. The back stretch is... Well, the front stretch is now the back stretch, and turn 1's now turn 3.5. I don't even know anymore. Scott Wise able to keep that 12th position away from Daryl Calder. This battle beginning to fizz out just a little bit. We'll head back to the front here momentarily with Hunter Collier, Adam Pettit, and now Rob Peterson making his way into the mix. It's a 3-truck battle, 2nd, 3rd, 4th on the racetrack. And Peterson just a little bit behind the running right here. You should see him coming into the picture just off of the background. There you see him right there. The backwoods 39 of Peterson looking for a little more ground. Looking to gain a little bit more time. Michael Madden falling behind the 8 ball just a little bit. Back now running in 5th. Great racing action amongst all of the drivers here tonight as everybody finds themselves a little bit of space, a little bit of track to run in, trying to make some headway on the drivers in front of them and around them. Great camera shots here from Pheonix Raceway. Do want to take a brief moment to say thank you to each and every one of you back in the Turn 3 headquarters, working hard behind the scenes to bring us some of these great action shots, not just from around the track, but with some of these onboard cameras tonight. A lot of great onboard camera shots, and I tell you what, we talked about that backwoods 39. Why don't we take a look inside at the man putting in work, sitting down in his office chair, getting the job done, a white-knuckled, wide-eyed Rob Peterson running in 4th. You can hear him downshift there. Did you hear the downshift? It's been a while since we have heard shifting, but Peterson shifting gears through the center of the corners. And with the drivers beginning lap 61, we are at that 100 lap remaining threshold. Drivers beginning to really find out what they've got out there, beginning to really know what they're going to be able to do and get done with their trucks. Rob Peterson able to make up a ton of ground here. Just 1 lap fresher tires than the 2 drivers running in front of him. Peterson has found late run pace. He's going to look to the inside of Adam Pettit, and he's going to take that position away without really much of a fight. Pettit going to fall back to 4th. Back at the front of the field, we'll take a look at your race leader, Pierce Maffett, as he continues his dominant run here tonight. Maffett sat on the pole for tonight's race, brought the field to the green flag. He has not looked back, only giving up the race lead during our one and only green flag pit cycle so far here tonight. Maffett leading right at about 54 laps out of the 63 on the scoring pylon here tonight from Pheonix Raceway in the Cazadores Tequila 160. Right here for Swift Motorsports Butt Kicker Performance Truck Series. Do want to take a moment to say, if you haven't had the opportunity or chance while you're here, go ahead and join us in that push to 3,000 subscribers. Show these drivers some love and drop that thumbs up, click subscribe, smash the bell over there on the right-hand side. Get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Whether it's myself, Dave in the Cave, or anybody else back at the Turn 3 headquarters, we do appreciate each and every one of you, each and every time you stop by. And we got a pass for position. Here comes Rob Peterson to the bottom. And he's going to grab that second spot away from Hunter Collier. Collier looking to cross him over. Big draft down the former front stretch. Not going to be able to do anything with a run. And Collier drops to third. And how about the run by Peterson? Talk about making some headway, talking about chopping up the field, slicing and dicing his way to the front. The 39 Backwoods Machine sits in second, up 11 positions from where he started tonight's race. He ain't playing around. He's going to ensure he has a chance for the championship trophy. Peterson came into tonight's race sitting fourth in the overall point standings. He's pretty much all but safe, but having a fine run here tonight is going to go a long way. And this is the first time we've seen anybody challenge Pierce Maffitt on track. This is the first time we've seen Pierce with trouble, Pierce with company now. And we'll take a look back off of the tail end of that Pierce Maffitt 41 Peak Performance Racing Machine. Ooh, boy. Get in close, getting a little edgy. Off of turn 3, they'll head down the stretch and into turn number 1. Pierce Maffitt continuing to lead the 39 of Rob Peterson, but I think Peterson has got the pace. I think he is here. Getting there's one thing. Passing them's another. I can assure you that 41 truck going to get awful wide here in just a handful of laps. Hunter Collier still dealing with Adam Pettit, locked up, tucked in right behind him. Peterson to the bottom of the racetrack. They'll go side by side. A little bit of a wiggle out of that 39 truck. On the bottom, they'll stay drag racing back down into turn number 3 once again. Peterson with the advantage on the bottom. Can Maffitt keep it stuck on the high side? He gets the power down, but it's not going to be enough. New race leader, our first on the track for the top spot. Rob Peterson goes to the point. Four race leaders, 5 lead changes tonight. We have been green flag racing since the start of tonight's Cazadores Tequila 160 right here from Pheonix Raceway. All 70 laps in the bag have been green flag racing laps. All these drivers last to pit road on lap number 41 to lap 44, so we are knocking on the door of our second round of green flag pit stops, and that should bring us somewhere right around, I would say, about 120 to about 125 laps. So we'll only have ourselves a short little 30 to 40 lap run to the end. Looks like all of these drivers going to be able to make it on a 3-stop. Nobody going to be able to stretch this thing to a 2-stop. That is just going to be asking way, way too much. And as we inch closer to the halfway point, what do you say before those round of green flag pit stops begin? What do you say we go ahead and give you the mid-race report, the driver highlight and spotlight, halfway rundown here tonight in the Cazadores Tequila 160 for Swift Motorsports Butt Kicker Performance Truck Series. Driver at the front out of Stafford, Connecticut, the Sit Pro Lord Sim Magic Backwoods Racing Machine. You can find him at Battery Acid 94 on Twitch. Go check him out. Sitting on the point at the front of this field, Rob Peterson sits in first. Driver back in the second position, your pole sitter here tonight, the dominant truck driver of the evening, Pierce Maffitt, giving up that race lead just a handful of laps ago. Ken, the peak racing driver, get that 41 back to the top spot. For now, Maffitt runs in second. Last week's race winner at Nashville Super Speedway, the 58 Stem Speed Shop Silverback Tax Solution Sparkle and Shine Ford F-150 of Adam Pettit running well. Can the Lenexa, Kansas driver walk away with another podium on the year and set himself up pretty to run for the championship trophy next week at Homestead Miami Speedway? Pettit now sits in third. Driver right behind him on track and behind him in the point standings, Michael Madden looking for a good race. Looks like, if we do the math, Madden is just barely on the inside of the championship 8 as of now, but still a very long way left to go here tonight from Pheonix Raceway. The 15 Ford F-150 in fourth. We've spoke about his paint scheme. I've talked about it multiple times. How about that Nintendo 64 sponsored number 1 of Jake Fluman? I don't think there's maybe a driver or viewer out there who doesn't remember the Nintendo 64. A lot of great games back then. How about 007 GoldenEye? Let's just throw that one out there. How about the WCW NWO wrestling game they had? Tell me you didn't play it. Tell me you didn't. Anyways, back on track, back on task right here. That is your mid-race rundown, your driver highlight and spotlight report here as we cross the halfway point at lap number 80. Jake Fluman rounds out your top 5. We'll jump back to the battle between Hunter Collier and Jason Branch as Collier beginning to struggle. And I don't remember Collier falling off pace this bad before, but look at the right side of that 83 truck. Look at the left side of the 83 truck. He has had contact somewhere along the line with either another truck or the outside wall. This could do it in for the 83's chances at a championship trophy. Adam Pettit going to go ahead and pull to pit road for his second green flag pit stop of the night. Pettit going to drop outside of the top 3, all the way outside of, I believe, the top 10. Look for him to possibly lose a lap here. As we watch the battle with Jason Branch, Hunter Collier tucked in line right behind him. Lucas Lyons, what a splash here tonight. That 7 Ford F-150 running well here as now Branch pulls to pit road. And that's going to pretty much do it for our battles out there on the track. We really don't have too many drivers battling for a position. Lots of gaps throughout this field. 1.3 second advantage for Rob Peterson over Pierce Maffitt. And I got to ask myself, with Maffitt dropping pace, with Collier dropping pace, is this a fuel mileage thing? Rob Peterson gives up the top spot. Maffitt going to go back to the point. And Peterson going to head to pit road for his second stop of the night. Keeping our eye right here with the 83 L&J Welding sponsored Toyota Tundra of Hunter Collier, and he's going to go ahead and peel to pit road this time around. Back to the front, Michael Madden goes to the point. That's going to give us yet another lead change here tonight. 7 different lead changes now amongst 4 different drivers. Can Jake Fluman possibly lead a lap? And yep, Nintendo 64 to the top of the speed charts, to the top of the scoring pylons. That's going to give us our 5th different race leader here tonight amongst 8 different lead changes. I'm not sure what else you want from a cutoff race. 8 lead changes, 5 race leaders, 86 laps of green flag racing action here at Pheonix of all places. 86 laps green flag at Pheonix, that is. Unbelievable. I was trying to come up with a better word to describe it, but just unfathomable, maybe. I'm not quite sure if there's any other one that's going to do it any more justice than the words that we... Oh, and caution! Caution on the track right when Pheonix was going to come to pit road. Oh, no! Lucas Lyons has trouble in the 7 machine. Gonna bring out the first caution of the night. Let's go back. Let's see if we can check the replay and see what happened here to that 7 of Lucas Lyons. And it looked like maybe just getting a little bit loose there. Let's see if we can't check it out and see what... Yeah, just all alone, just loses it coming off of the corner. Tough break here for a lot of drivers that were trapped 1 lap down. As you're watching Lucas Lyons get back up and catch up with the pace, catch up with the field, Jake Pheonix and Mike Houghton, they extended their run, and they found themselves on the pit road now. How about Peterson, Maffin, Madden, Branch, Cameron, Collier, Pettit? Everybody pretty much trapped a lap down. They're going to have to keep themselves out on the track. They're not going to be able to come down and refuel and get tires here, or they're going to be stuck 1 lap down. And what does Darrell Calder do right here, the 99? That's going to be another new race leader. Calder going to get credit for leading a lap here tonight. And it looks like he is going to go ahead and head to pit road. Scott Wise also going to follow him down to pit road this time around. Jake Pheonix, Mike Van Houten will reassume the top 2 spots on the racetrack. There's Van Houten trying to catch up to that Nintendo 64 number 1. And it looks like Rob Peterson elected to come to pit road. He was your lucky dog, so he gets to keep himself on the same pit entire strategy. Pierce Maffitt, Michael Madden, Jason Branch, Hunter Collier, and Adam Pettit all kind of left out to dry, so to speak. They're going to have to keep themselves out there on the track, and they're going to have themselves at least 5 to 7 lap older tires than the drivers that are going to be off in front of them. And just like that, the race turned upside down. With just about 70 laps remaining here tonight from Pheonix Raceway in the Cazadores Tequila 160. Whew, what a run it was. We're going to stay right here trackside, as I do believe we should see the one to go this time around. The boss man of the flag stand should show these drivers 1 more lap before we go back. Green flag racing. We'll see the green flag drop on lap number 92 out of the 160 scheduled in tonight's official race distance. And how about the gamble? We've seen Pheonix beginning to make his way to pit road. He was literally about to cross the concrete barriers when the caution flag flew. You could see him jerk the wheel hard to the right and get that one truck back out on track and keep himself right here at the front of this field. My, how the tables have turned on the field tonight. Jake Pheonix and Mike Van Houten will start in row number 1 here for the restart. Darrell Calder, how about the run by Calder? He's going to start back in 3rd. Pace car already down and away. We're set to go back. Green flag racing this time around, race fans. Field still trying to catch up. Ooh, they're going to have a head of steam by the time these drivers hit the restart box. on the gas and green flag flies once again here from Pheonix Raceway. Fluman gets a good jump on the field. Mike Van Houten up through the gears well. Calder and Peterson, Scott Wise all right here mixing it up with each other. Wise was behind the 8-ball for a moment, but the caution flag coming out at the right time benefited him and his 8 crew. Tight battle. Let's go back here, man. This is going to get good, I'm telling you. Decent involved with the battle with Pierce Maffitt. There's the 41, the 48 right behind him. There's the 97 of Sean Kozier. Oh, man, we've got all types of drivers all over each other with all types of points implications right now. Looks like Sean Kozier is on the outside looking in. Hunter Collier very well may have himself into the championship 8. Looks like Michael Madden sitting pretty right now. He is inside that championship 8 in the live timing in the championship standings right now. Oh, man. Talking about picking it up a notch. Oh, my. Ooh. Close between Kozier, Maffitt, Madden, and Branch. Front of the field remains the same. Jake Fluman leads Mike Van Houten, Scott Wise, and Darrell Calder at the front of the field. Ron Peterson a little bit behind the 8-ball. He's got himself a handful to make up here tonight. Looks like it's going to be right around a 2-second gap that he's going to have to make up to catch up to Darrell Calder. Oh, no, I apologize. That's Madden Maffitt that are going to have to make up about 2.5 seconds. Tight battle here at the middle portion of the field as your front runners beginning to step away. Jake Fluman out to almost a 1-second advantage now over the 0-2 John Deere Toyota Tundra of Mike Van Houten. And just like that, it's a Toyota-dominated front of this field. One fast forward inside your top 3. The bow ties being shut out of podium positions. Highest running Chevrolet in the field here tonight, sitting in 4th. That's the 99 of Darrell Calder. How about we go back to this little battle right here inside of your top 4. Scott Wise now under fire from that 99 of Calder. Calder down on the bottom of the racetrack looking for position. Not quite able to get there just yet. They'll go down the stretch and back into turn number 3. You see Calder able to gain just a little bit of time, but Wise able to get a great launch off of the corner and run through this dogleg section of the track. Right there, this is the corner where Calder really makes up the time right here in what was NASCAR number 3. Wise way up the track, but able to keep the RPM up, able to keep the truck underneath him, and able to keep that 3rd spot for now. We'll jump back through the field once again. Let's take a look at this battle that continues to rage on. Jason Branch to the bottom of the racetrack, and that double deuce Navy sponsored the Ford F-150. It's a battle for fast Fords right here. Maffitt, Branch, Pettit, Madden, all sporting those blue ovals on the front end of their machines. Those trucks, oh my gosh, Branch sideways. The big bopper almost goes around. Front of the field starting to separate themselves as we have crossed that 100 lap threshold. Jake Fluman has a 1-second advantage over Mike Van Houten, who also has a 1-second advantage over the 8 of Scott Wise. Close battle here for that 3rd and 4th position on track. Scott Wise, Darrell Calder continue to go at it. Calder keeps taking peeks, but not quite a clear shot at taking away that third position. Rob Peterson still has a lot of ground to make up if he's going to want to battle for a spot in the podium. After a late race caution flag flew during a round of green flag pit stops, caught a lot of the drivers in the field out here tonight, and it is a different race here at Pheonix now. At the front of the field, dominating since grabbing the spot, Jake Fluman looks to win his way into victory lane in that Nintendo 64 sponsored number 1. And how about that? How cool is that? The number 1 running in first with a 1 second advantage. You couldn't script it. You couldn't write it any better, I promise you that. Let's go back here with this battles. It's a 3-truck battle now. Rob Peterson in the 39 looks to split the trucks. 3 wide at Pheonix. Calder at the bottom. Peterson in the middle with Wise at the top. They're going to go back to double file for the moment. Peterson looking for a way, and he's going to drop all the way to the bottom. Calder, gentleman-like maneuver right there. Seeing that 39 was just a tick faster. Looked like he went ahead and gave him that inside lane and gave him the clear path around through the corner. And Peterson, just like that, going to gain not 1 but 2 positions. The 39 backwoods back to the podium. This is one of your closest battles on track. We're going to jump back here to the closest battle on track. Still running all over each other. These drivers just cannot seem to get away from each other. Jason Branson, Pierce Maffin going at it 7th and 8th on the racetrack. Adam Pettit and Hunter Collier continue to run on track right back behind them. Pettit running right there 9th, and Collier struggling after some late race damage. And that is not what Collier needs right now. He is 3 positions ahead of Sean Kozier. Is it enough now, though, running in 10th? Is that enough points to put Collier into the championship 8? Let's go back and take a look at our Wounded Warrior, who's running right in front of his championship rival, one of his championship rivals. Significant damage on the right side of that 83 machine. Collier is going to have to find a way to persevere. Collier is going to have to find a way to snatch a few positions. Rounding out your top 10, the 83 Toyota Tundra, the L&J welding machine, looks to find a little bit of late race pace in damage control at this point in championship survival mode here from Pheonix. Continue to watch this battle for just a moment. It's one of your closest battles on track, but it is one that holds the most playoff implications right now. As we said, Nathan Nixon not in the field, so Michael Madden moved into that final 8th cutoff position. Collier listed about 16 points behind Sean Kozier. But with Kozier running where he's at, I'm not sure how it all shakes out, man. Oh, man. My brain is starting to hurt. And for anybody that knows Dave, well, you know, I don't have that big of a brain, so my brain hurting isn't something surprising. But it almost shuts down because there's not very much of it. You know what I mean? Just saying. We'll go back to a battle inside of your top 5. Scott Wise and Darrell Calder continue to go at it. 4th and 5th on the speedway. We'll keep our eye on this timing and scoring between Hunter Collier and Sean Kosher. That's a battle for track position, not a battle for position, as Kosher listed off of the lead lap, down one lap. It was one of those drivers that got caught during the green flag pit cycle caution. And you know, if you are Collier, what do? Would you let Kosher go? You're not battling him for position. Would you risk putting yourself in a bad situation, knowing everything that is on the line? What would you do? Let's hear it out there in the chat. Let's see your feelings on it. I know a lot of you racers are going to be out there and you're going to say, I'm going after it. It's not going to matter. But sometimes being a cerebral racer is much better than being a fast racer or a hard-nosed racer. Sometimes you have to know your positions. Sometimes you have to know how to pick your battles so you can be around to win the war later on down the road. And Collier finds himself in a little bit of a situation as we continue to watch the battle between 4th and 5th place Scott Wise and Darrell Calder on track. This is one of your closest battles on track. The closest battle right here between the 22 of Jason Branch and Michael Madden, the long MacArthur Ford machine up at the front of the field, up at the high side. Madden running in 6th, the double deuce looking to grab a position. Can the big bopper Branch get the job done? Down at the bottom of the racetrack, gonna hug that yellow line, not gonna be able to gain the position for now. And Madden gonna keep that 15 in 6th. Right around 10 laps away from seeing our final round of green flag pit stops. Drivers are going to be able to stretch their fuel from here. In about 2 laps, drivers should be able to make it down to pit road and have enough fuel to make it to the end. Is anybody really going to gamble? When we look at the timing and scoring chart right now, you're looking at plus 7 seconds. If you're back there and you're this 99 of Darrell Calder who continues to... Oh my goodness. If you're Darrell Calder and you continue to battle with the 8 of Scott Wise, you just continue to lose that time. If you're any further back from there, I'm not sure the undercut is really going to do what you need it to do. So will Van Houten, maybe Peterson, Calder or Wise elect to try to pull off the undercut, get themselves some clean air, and get themselves some fresher tires and try to lay down some fast laps while the rest of the field continues to run out there on track. As of right now, nobody electing to come to pit road just yet. Pit window is open. Jump around the track just a little bit. What do you say we go check in on this 83 of Hunter Collier, still running in that 10th position. He's down 6 spots from where he qualified here tonight with some heavy contact. Collier, as we mentioned moments ago, he is in survival mode now. He is in championship survival mode. He went from looking pretty safe moving on in the race earlier here tonight, running as high as 2nd at one point in time, led a lap or 2 during a round of green flag pit cycles, to now possibly on the outside looking in, running in 10th. Collier has got to do something. And it looks like green flag pit stops have begun. The 58 of Adam Pettit going to pull to pit road this time around. So the first driver on the lead lap to make his pit stop is that 58. We'll keep our eye on the stopwatch, make sure there's no pit road penalties. It doesn't look like there's going to be any so far here tonight. Everybody clean down on pit road. How about this battle with Jason Branch and Michael Madden continuing to go at it? The 48 of Matt Deason listed as the second driver off of the lead lap. He's going to fall one position now, make that yet another. Adam Pettit losing a lot of ground now with his pit stop. And it is a long pit road delta now that you've got to enter and go basically almost a half a lap at pit speed on pit road. A lot of time given up when you have to make these green flag pit stops. Jason Branch able to grab the spot away from Michael Madden. Race leader Jake Fluman pulls the pit road. That's going to put Mike Van Houten back in control of the race. And don't look now, we may have yet another pass for the race lead. Van Houten grabs the top spot for our 10th lead change of the night. And here comes Peterson to the bottom. Peterson dives into the bottom and, whoa, he's going to go ahead and dive off the track. Went from looking for the race lead to down pit road. Rob Peterson with his final scheduled stop. Final stages in tonight's Cazadores Tequila 160 here from Pheonix International Raceway. Mike Van Houten, your race leader, to pit road. Darrell Calder will take back control of the race once again. Calder back to the point. We'll see how long the 99 elects to stay out. The 8 of Scott Wise still out there on the track, yet to make his final stop of the night. Michael Madden, Hunter Collier, Rob Peterson, Pierce Maffett, all in and out of pit road. Jake Fluman listed in the lucky dog position there. You can see former race leader looking to find his way around the 99. And Calder, gentleman-like, goes ahead and gives him the entire racetrack really to run. And Fluman gonna work his way around and back onto the lead lap. This is about the time we seen the last caution flag fly during the green flag pit cycle. Only 2 drivers yet to make their green flag pit stop at the front of this field. Darrell Calder and Scott Wise continue to run out on the track. They were last on the pit road back at lap number 89. So the fuel cells have, and Calder into the wall. Scott Wise follows him right into the wall as well. Calder going to go ahead and peel to pit road, and Scott Wise going to move to the point. And caution! Mike Van Houten has trouble. Caution on the speedway. Oh my gosh. Mike Van Houten has some trouble, goes around, and that is going to bring out our second caution of the evening. What do you say we go and check the replay? Yeah, it just looks like a driver with fresh tires getting super loose on corner exit. Insignificant enough contact with that inside safer barrier. You can see heavy damage on the front end of that 02 John Deere machine. And well, just like that, that puts us back under caution for the second time here tonight. We'll jump back up front with... I'm not sure if Fluman is going to take the overall race lead. Scott Wise going to be able to come to pit road and back out, and I believe Wise may end up with the race lead still here. And Fluman and Peterson, they're going to work their way by. That's going to put Scott Wise out I would say somewhere around the 4th or 5th position here. But we said it. We said it before last time around that a late race caution or the caution flag flew about the same time during the green flag pit stops, and it does it again. We have a second caution late during the round of green flag pit cycles, and that's going to mix up the field all over again. Everything that Maffitt, Madden, Van Houten, everything that every one of those drivers were battling for and battling back from, they got to reset, re-rack them, restack them, and do it all over again. Late race caution, mixing up the running order once again. You gotta mix up the front of the field once again. Jake Fluman will have control of the field on the restart. There you can see the iRacing pace car lights going out. The field has gotten the one to go. We'll get back to green flag action when we cross the line to begin lap number 135. Fluman and Peterson will have the front row. Calder and Wise back in third and fourth. David Cameron, Adam Pettit, Jason Branch, Michael Madden, Pierce Maffitt, and Lucas Lyons round out your top 10 pace car. Down and away. And on the gas early, green flag flies. And Fluman not wasting any time. He's going to jump on the gas and get going. The fast 39 backwoods machine of Rob Peterson. We've seen him be fast all night long. Will he be able to reel in that one of Fluman, who got off to a great jump, got off to a great restart? Calder and Wise nose to tail once again. These two drivers have been all over each other for the course of tonight's racing action here at the Cazadores Tequila 160 live right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. You're watching Chase Race number 4, race 14 on the year, and jumping the start. Pass-through penalty being handed out to the one of Fluman for jumping the start. Wow. That has just changed the complexion of the race. That moves Peterson to the top spot. Scott Wise into second now with Darrell Calder. Going to round out your podium spots. David Cameron, Adam Pettit back in fourth and fifth. Jason Branch, Michael Madden, Pierce Maffitt now sits in eighth. We'll have to wait to see where Fluman ends up cycling back through. Looks like Lucas Lyons and Mike Van Houten very well may end up inside of the top 10. Fluman for the time being listed in ninth. And early on the gas and a little bit too early. Tough break late in the race with less than 25 laps to go. Jake Fluman receives a pass-through pit road penalty for jumping the start. And the one of Fluman now has to guard, now has to keep himself on the lead lap. Battle between Wise and Calder beginning to dissipate. That's beginning to go away. There you can see Lucas Lyons coming up into the picture. Lyons listed one lap down in that lucky dog position in the Gaming Chief number 7 machine. Lyons trying to get his Ford F-150 back onto the lead lap. We'll jump back up here with Scott Wise, who's beginning to run down your race leader, Ron Peterson. Wise yet to go to victory lane. Will we see it happen here tonight? Can Wise finish off the chase run with a race win? He is there. Wise is there. He's only got one more position to go. Less than 0.3 of a second separate your top two drivers on the tracks. 39 of Ron Peterson continues to lead Scott Wise. Darrell Calder losing a little bit of ground. Calder now back 1.5 seconds from your race leader. 1.3 back from Scott Wise. Calder does have himself a little bit of a gap to deal with. Back to fourth place running David Cameron, who I believe Cameron, if I'm not mistaken here, we're trying to look at this one. And Cameron, unfortunately, I believe is just outside of the top 12, not listed inside of your top 12, battling for a chance for the championship any longer. And that is precious, precious points being handed out to someone else. And how about the hard break here tonight for the 83 of Hunter Collier? Down 8 positions from where he started, up in the 4th spot. Collier now 12th on the track. Stuck, mired back in traffic. 1 lap down here tonight. And I am not sure if he's going to be able to overcome the points deficit now that he had coming into tonight's race. Outside of that cutoff line. Oh, it's gonna be a tough one for Collier if he doesn't make it into that championship 8. We know the type of driver, we know the type of racer that Collier is. And if he's not performing well, he is not happy. So we already know he's not gonna be happy with tonight's performance. But I think overall, we may hear a little bit of dejection, a little bit of disappointment in the voice of that 83 if he does not make it into the final championship 8 for the shot at the season hardware next week at Homestead Miami Speedway. If you haven't already, race fans, join us in that push to 3,000 subscribers. Show these drivers some love and drop them that thumbs up. Click subscribe. You know the drill. Smash that bell over there on the right-hand side. Get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, whether it's myself, Dave in the Cave, or anybody else back at the Turn 3 headquarters. We do appreciate each and every one of you, each and every time you stop by. And now with less than 15 to go in the Cazadores Tequila 160, will we see Scott Wise be able to gain the time and run down that 39 of Ron Peterson, or will Peterson get to victory lane for the second time this season and build that momentum for a championship run next week? It all comes down to this. It's all on the line. You either make it or you don't. You either bring back a chance to run for the championship or don't bring the truck back at all. Less than 15 laps to go. It is time. If you have got any shot at making it, you got to lay it all out on the line. You got to be willing to just absolutely destroy the truck at this point in time. And I think Hunter Collier in that 83 may be in a situation similar to what we are speaking of. He's going to have to give it all he's got. He's going to have to make up any positions that he can. Running 12th here tonight, I don't think that is going to get him into that championship 8. We'll continue to watch the championship live scoring data over here on our side. Unfortunately, not able to make that an official thing for everybody to look at, just because there's a lot of other implications going on with certain things and aspects, but we're keeping an eye on things, and Right now, it looks like Collier just on the outside looking in. He's going to have to pick up a spot or two before the end of tonight's race to find a way into the Championship 8. But now with less than 10 miles to go, the man at the front of the field, he's been fast all night long. Rob Peterson leads the field, and he will lead the field back across the line this time by, and we'll have 9 laps remaining here from Pheonix Raceway. Keep in mind, race fans, we're going to be here tomorrow night once again. It's championship cutoff week, baby, right here at Pheonix. What a run by this backwoods 39 of Rob Peterson. Started outside of your top 10. It has sliced, diced, and slid his way around drivers and up through the field to take that top spot. We've seen him grab the top spot during long green flag runs as well, so it's not just a lucky caution break for this 39 of Peterson. There has been pace in that backwoods Chevy Silverado all night long. Fortunately enough, things falling to his advantage, and Peterson walking away from the field. He's got himself almost a 3-second advantage. It's pretty much his race to lose at this point. Can Peterson just keep the truck underneath him and finish off a fine run under the lights here at Pheonix Raceway in the Cazadores Tequila 160? Six laps remaining. We're looking for some battles out there on the track. Tell you what, why don't we go back here to this one as Darrell Calder runs last driver inside the podium spots. But here comes the 10 of David Cameron in the butt kicker sponsored Chevy Silverado. Can he get up there and push the other bow tie out of a podium spot? High five. 5 laps to go. Last time by for your race leader, Rob Peterson. And how about the turn of events as well when it comes to manufacturer side of things? Earlier here tonight, we've seen the Toyotas dominating with the fast Fords right there at the front with them. It is now 3 Chevys inside of your top 4 positions. The bow ties have found a way to get to the front. Big wiggle out of Calder. That's going to open up the door for the 10 of David Cameron. Now Cameron looks to the bottom of the racetrack. 3rd and 4th, side by side through turn 3. Cameron at the bottom. Calder not giving it up at the top just yet. We've got 3 to go this time by. How about this side-by-side battle? Advantage going to go to the 10 for the time being. He'll duck to the bottom of the racetrack and take the dog leg. Looking for a crossover. Not quite going to be there. Calder way up the track. Calder way up the track, and that's going to give a handful of tenths. About 3 tenths given up that time around through turn number 3 for Calder. Cameron looking to walk away with a podium tonight. Popsicle sticks on display. Just 2 laps remaining for the backwoods-sponsored 39 machine of Rob Peterson. He'll head out of 3 and down the old front stretch, coming back through turn number 1 and heading towards the stripe. You know what that means. We're going to have the white flag. We'll see final lap 1 to go here from Pheonix in the Cazadores Tequila 160. You're watching Swift Motorsports Butt Kicker Performance Truck Series final season cutoff race, and it is all but over with. Man, front and center on screen, looking to walk away with that checkered flag this time by, and there it is. Checkered flag in hand. It's all over with. Top spot tonight belongs to the 39 of Rob Peterson. Scott Wise going to walk away second, and David Cameron going to round out your podium spots here tonight. Darrow Calder with a respectable fourth place. Jason Branch back in fifth. Pierce Maffin, Michael Madden, Adam Pettit, Jake Fluman, and Lucas Lyons round out your top 10. And as Peterson enjoys his cool down lap, we're going to step away from the track, get things set up and ready to go for your post-race interviews. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back with all your driver interviews right here from Pheonix Raceway. And back trackside at the end of another great race for the Performance Motorsports Truck Series. Man, what a night under the lights. Once again, I don't know how much better it gets than this, man. What a race it was. What a night we had. And I tell you what, let's see if we can go ahead and dial up and talk to some of the drivers that have walked away in the podium positions here tonight. Let's see if we can dial up the driver inside of that 10 punt kicker machine. David Cameron, it's Dave in the booth. You got a copy? We'll try it once again. Dave, it's Dave. You got a copy? We'll go at it one more time here. Let's see if we can't get a hold of the driver inside of that truck. Mr. Cameron, it's Dave. You got a copy? Looks like a little bit of audio issues here for the driver inside of that 10. We'll see if we can't catch up with him here in just one more second. Let's go now. Let's see if we can't find and have a few words with the driver that walked away in the second position here tonight. Let's see if we can find some time to talk to the driver inside of that 8 machine. Scott, it's Dave. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Hey, there's one. I got you now. How you doing? How you feeling after a great finish for you and your crew here tonight? Gonna walk away second on track, but more importantly, Scott, in the championship 8, you have made the cutoff.
Yeah, it's a awesome feeling to be able to run for a championship, but I'll be honest, tonight I got lucky with how the cautions fell. I just could not get my truck to cooperate after about 15 laps. I must have wiped the wall about 6 times and just kind of kept it straight and got lucky.
So what you mean to tell me is the truck is not as good when it's bent up?
It wasn't that good even before I bent it up.
That might be how it got bent up, huh? I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
All jokes aside, Scott, man, congratulations. Great run here tonight, but more importantly, great run all season long. You were able to put yourself in the positions that you needed to when you needed to, and you have found yourself with a shot at the championship next week when we hit Homestead Miami Speedway. How you feeling about that, and what can we expect from you and your crew?
I'm feeling great. This is actually my first opportunity that I've had to run for the title itself. So, as far as how things are going to go, well, kind of depends on how I can get the truck to work. If it does what I need it to do, I think I'll have myself a good shot. If I go by my normal 1.5 miles, I'll start strong and fade. But I also know how to do fuel strategy. Remember Las Vegas?
Absolutely, my man. Well, Scott, again, congratulations with the second place here tonight. Congratulations on making it in to the championship 8. Before we let you go and enjoy the momentum in tonight's race finish, would you like to give any shout outs, thank yous, love yous? Thank anybody back home or at the shop?
Got to thank you for putting on the broadcast, Justin for putting together an awesome league. It's a great group of drivers. I swear to God, me and Daryl Calder were right next to each other the entire race. My family, my wise guy iRacing Graphics, yeah, my team. It's awesome feeling.
All right, my man. Well, again, Scott, enjoy this one. Enjoy the little bit of downtime, but remember, we got to go championship racing next Tuesday night. We look forward to catching up with you at Homestead.
Yes, sir. Make it a good one.
All right, there you have it. Scott Wise walks away from the track in second here tonight in the Cazadores Tequila 160 from Pheonix Raceway, and that's going to bring us right along to the man that walked away with yet another win on the season. It's going to be his second of the year. Let's see if we can dial up and have a few words with the 39 of Ron Peterson. It's Dave in the booth. You got me?
I do. What's up?
Same old same, man. How you feeling after coming home with the checkered flag? And, well, you were pretty much already locked in, kind of. There was an outside chance you weren't going to make it, but you absolutely are in that championship 8. How good does it feel to know that you're going to run for a championship next week?
Feels great. I feel like I should have back-to-back wins. I feel like I gave up that win last week, but having those two, good races going into the championship where I'm usually pretty good as well, I think I should be one of the favorites to beat. So,
well, with the momentum, you definitely look to be the favorite on tap going into next week's race at Homestead Miami Speedway. Tonight, you were able to work your way from the back of the field to the front, not just during green flag pit cycle conditions, but actual during race conditions. How good was that truck for you tonight?
Honestly, everybody was running the top, and during practice, Pierce and Hunter mentioned that everybody, I guess, was running it last night in the ARCA race. I never really liked the top, at Pheonix, so I kind of just ran the bottom and did a little bit of shifting, and I guess that was kind of my secret to the long run, because after about 25 laps, I was making pretty good speed on everybody else. That's where I made most of my gaps.
Absolutely. You were able to make up a lot of different time on a lot of different drivers here tonight. Job well done, marking your second win on the season. Do you think you got what it takes when we hit Homestead next week to make it back-to-back visits to Victory Lane? Not only take the checkered flag for the race, but raise the season hardware?
Absolutely. I think I have a very good shot of that.
All right, well, Rob, we'll let you enjoy tonight's race win. We'll let you soak in the fact that you get to chase after that championship trophy next Tuesday night. But before we let you go, would you like to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous, thank anybody back home or at the shop?
Just shout out to BUTTKICKER and Performance Truck Series. Thanks, guys, for putting on a hell of a show. We all appreciate it, and can't do it without y'all. So much thanks to everybody.
Absolutely. Well, again, my man, it's always a pleasure catching up with you trackside. Always a pleasure to watch you out there on the track. Enjoy this race win. Get ready for championship night, and stay safe and keep it fast.
Yes, sir.
All right, there you have it. Rob Peterson, he thinks he's got what it takes to walk away with 2 sets of hardware next week. He's looking to walk away with the race win as well as the season championship. We'll see if the 39 Stafford, Connecticut native Rob Peterson can get the job done and get that Sint Pro Lure Sim Magic Backwoods sponsored Chevy Silverado back to Victory Lane. What a night. What a run we had. My gosh, I don't think you can really ask for much more out of a championship cutoff race. Action-packed, great long green flag runs. A little bit of a shake-up and a mix-up at the end of the race, but nonetheless, great racing action all night long. And you can already hear in the background producers hitting those tunes. You know, it's time to run down tonight's unofficial race results in the Cazadores Tequila 160 right here in Swift Motorsports BUTTKICKER Performance Truck Series, walking away with the top spot, the 39 of Rob Peterson. Scott Wise and David Cameron round out your podium positions. How about the run by the 99 of Darrell Calder? He'll walk away from the track in 4th. Jason Branch rounds out your top 5. Sliding home in 6th will be Pierce Maffin. Michael Madden back in 7th. Adam Pettit going to walk away from the track in 8th. Jake Fluman brings the 1 home in 9th after a late race pass through penalty. Puts him a little bit back in the field. Lucas Lyons rounds out your top 10. 02 of Mike Van Houten going to walk away in 11th. 12th tonight is the 83 of Hunter Collier. Sean Kozier going to finish 13th. Matt Deason back in 14th. 15th tonight from the track. Final spot in the running order belongs to Big Mac John McMillan Sr. Big shout out to the race control and admins just down the hall. Michael Robinson, Gary Wells, Michael Amenti, as well as Justin Gann. And well, that's going to do it for the race rundown. Your top 8 drivers moving on. Jason Branch, Sean Kozier, Michael Madden, Pierce Maffin, Rob Peterson, Adam Pettit, Mike Van Houten, and Scott Wise will battle it out next Tuesday night at Homestead Miami Speedway for that championship trophy. What a season. What a run we've had. And we get to cut off the lights and wind the mic cords up and get ready for another great night of championship cutoff racing right here from Pheonix Raceway tomorrow night. Mark it down on your calendars. If you haven't already, join us in that push to 3,000. Drop these drivers that thumbs up, click subscribe, smash the bell over there on the right-hand side. Get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, whether it's myself, Dave in the Cave, or anybody else back at the Turn 3 headquarters. We do appreciate each and every one of you. With that being said, stay safe, stay loved, my friends, and until next time, we'll meet you in Turn 3.